Hello, it's your favorite sports Unc here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to join the fastest growing community on YouTube. Remember, Nightcap doesn't happen without you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Ocho cry. The Lakers defeat the Grizzlies 128-123. LeBron James became the oldest man in NBA history. Well, he was already the oldest because he had it 3 straight triple doubles. I think he was 34 years of age, he was a couple of days older than Jason Kidd, who did it when he was 34. Mm-hmm. But he became the oldest man in NBA history to record 3 straight triple doubles, 35 points, 12 rebounds, 14 assists. And they needed every single point, every single rebound, every single assist. He had 9 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists in the fourth quarter alone. The Lakers stay undefeated at home as they beat the Grizzlies minus Ja Morant and minus Desmond Bane. I didn't think it would be that difficult, Ocho. Yeah. But the Grizzlies, a very balanced team. They had 6 guys in double figures. Another guy had 9 points. They had 7 guys in double figures. Excuse me. They're a very scrappy team. You know what you're going to get when you play the Grizzlies. You're going to get a lot of effort, even without two of their best players. Ja obviously is their best player, but Jaren Jackson had a great game, 29 points, 7 rebounds. Zach Edey had 9 points. That Zach Edey? No, Zach Edey had 12 points. Excuse me, had 12 points. Adalama had 15. Scottie Pippen Jr. has been playing extremely well. He just needed a place where he could go and he could play. He wasn't going to get the minutes there. I'm sure the Lakers would love to have him, but when you got LeBron who needs the ball, you're going to have Austin Rivers on the point. And I think they had him before. Maybe they had D'Lo also. That was just too many guys handling point, and so he wasn't going to get an opportunity to handle the ball. Ocho, but I thought the Lakers really needed this game. They had to dig deep. I don't know if they took him for granted because Bane and Ja was going to be out, but they had a 12-point lead, built the lead all the way to 15. I think the Grizz cut it to 1, then outscore them in the third quarter, but the Lakers get it together. AD was in foul trouble a large part of this game, and I think that had a lot to do with it. Edey is just so big, man. I don't know how tall he is. I think he's about 7'4", Ocho. Yeah. He just takes up so much space. But this was a big win. The Lakers stay undefeated at home, but I thought the Lakers played really well when they absolutely have to. But you got to tip your hat to the Grizzlies because they played well without 2 of their best players. When you watch this game, Ocho, what you think?
I mean, I enjoyed it up and down the field. Without Ja Morant, listen, they played very well in transition on both sides of the court. Defensively, they did the best that they could, but offensively in transition, they played extremely well. Outside of that, for me, knowing that you know how much I've really just started watching the game of basketball, I would have liked to see the difference with Bane and Ja Morant playing tonight and see if that would have made a difference in the game. The fact that the Grizzlies were able to keep it somewhat close because of the way they played, because of how you just spoke on and how scrappy they were. I would have liked that a little better. Outside of that, it was a good game. You did mention that AD was in trouble, and he really couldn't get in the rhythm early, but he did find his rhythm later on in the game.
Fourth quarter, he was huge.
Yeah. Before the quarter,
hit 2 big threes.
Yeah, to kind of extend that lead a little bit more. Outside of that, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. And one of the things I would want and ask from you, being that the season is really just starting, and as I continue to learn the game of basketball, I think we need to sit courtside. I think we need to sit courtside so you can teach me the game better. And I think since I'm a visual learner, it'd be perfect. So you take me to all the games courtside. Probably maybe
that ain't gonna happen. Well, I can put you in touch with the guy that can get you the tickets to sit courtside.
No. I want to talk to no guy. I'm going to talk to you. I need you to sit next to me so you can.
I'm not. I know what them courtside tickets cost, bro.
I know. You got it. That ain't nothing to a player like you.
It's just like I'll sit courtside if there's not a game on. But for me, I like watching all the games. It's hard for you to sit courtside and watch the games when you got to be critiquing and analyzing all the games and come back and have a conversation about them. It's just that's one of the reasons why I don't go to football games on Sunday, because I can't analyze all the other games that's going on if I'm sitting in the stadium watching that one game. Yeah. And there's so many other games that I need to talk about. So that's the main reason why I don't go to games. You know, I have an opportunity to go to games, go see the Broncos or Ravens play, but I'll be doing a disservice to try to come in here and have a conversation about other games that played, knowing that I was at a game focusing on that game. So
Right.
that's the main reason why I don't even go to games. It would be nice to be able to go to a game here and there. I think the Broncos are coming out. Well, I know they are. But somebody asked me in the gym today, are you going to the Broncos-Raiders game? I was like, nah, I'm not. When I look at the game, Ocho, you look at the Lakers, they shot, and they're not the greatest three-point shooting team. They can get their streaky. Dalton Knecht, obviously, is the best three-point shooter. They shot 48%, almost 40. They shot basically 49% from the three. But the turnovers, that's what'll get you in trouble. And you had a 15-point lead and you turn the ball over a couple of times. You get lazy on defense and guys, basically hit shoot around threes on you, or they get, uncontested layups to the basket. I think that's what really hurt them. Because normally the Lakers, you shot 51% from the floor, you shot 49% from the three. You was terrible from the free throw line. You was 22 or 32.
Right.
You got to be better from LeBron was 5 of 8. Cam Reddish was 1 of 4. Austin Reeves was 5 of 7. You got to be better in a closer game. You're going to need to make those free throws. You need to be 28 of 32, something like that, 29 of 32. There's no reason for you to miss that many free throws. But other than that, Knecht played good coming off the bench. Koloko played good off the bench. D'Lo struggled a little bit tonight. Gabe Vincent hadn't found his stroke yet. He hadn't found his stroke in a while.
Hey, do you think D'Lo coming off the bench? You think that bothers him? You think it bothers him not being able to get in rhythm, having that? I don't know the word to use. Not confidence, but usually when a player is coming off the bench that is normally a starter, it's hard for them to catch rhythm, and they're a little hesitant, when they decide to pull the trigger out there on the court.
Yeah, I think he's been a starter basically his whole career, so you have to revamp your game.
Right.
Lou Will was a starter, then all of a sudden they brought him off the bench. What's the guy name? Jamal Crawford. Guys that you have to, basically you have to just but you do have the green light. Normally, guys that come off the bench, you understand they have the green light. Malik Monk was a starter. Now they move him to the bench. He has the green light to get in rhythm. But I think this role is better suited for him because you insert Cam Reddish and you ask Cam Reddish to guard probably one of the premier backcourt guys.
Right.
That takes pressure off of Austin Reeves so he doesn't have to exert so much energy trying to stay in front of a guy like a Ja, trying to stay in front of one of the better 1 or 2 guards. And so that's the thing you have to tip your hat for a guy like Jordan, a guy like Kobe that took the challenge, LeBron in his prime, that took the challenge to guard the best guy and still had to give you that offensive production on the other end. That's what separates the guys. The really good and the great players is that they were willing to accept that challenge. Even if they didn't do it for the entire game, when the rubber needed to meet the road, they would take that challenge in the fourth quarter, overtime, or late in the ball games and says, okay, give me him. But I mean, what do you say about LeBron? I mean, you look at this point in time, the man is 39, 314 days.
Yeah.
Whatever. Is he that? Nah, more than that. Because there's 45 more days, 365. So, 314 days. So there's 46 more days. I like to think, actually, there's 46 more days before his birthday. But I mean, what do you say? 35 points, 12 rebounds, 14 assists. He shot great. I mean, the efficiency was off the chart. 13 of 22, 4 of 7 from the three. Like I said, AD was in foul trouble. He missed some easy shots. LeBron missed a couple of easy shots. But in the fourth quarter, when they needed both of their big guns to step up, AD has played great all year long. I got no qualms with AD tonight. It was a relatively quiet night for him. 21 points, 14 rebounds, 6 of 16 from the floor. He was shooting 57% coming into the game. Like I said, it's kind of hard for him to get a rhythm. He was dealing with a guy that's so much taller than he is. And even when you turn around and create space, shooting over a guy that's 7 foot, I think he's 7'4", even if he jumps a little bit,
create a problem.
And so, but give them credit. I want to give the Grizzlies credit because I thought they played extremely hard. Like I said, given they didn't have Ja, they didn't have Desmond Bane. Ja was chirping on the bench. That's his game. They do a lot of talking. But that's who they are. That's who that team is. But the Lakers was able to keep their focus and win a ball game that they could have easily lost. Maybe I'm not so sure last year when they played, they have that lead for whatever reason. Ocho, and I've been watching the Lakers since LeBron got there. It's always that third quarter where they sleepwalk coming out the first 6 or 7 minutes of the ball game. And the next thing you know, they might have a lead. The lead is gone. Or if a team, if it's a close game, the team puts separation. I don't know what it is. And it does not matter who's the coach. If you go back and look at the Lakers, be it Vogel, be it Luke Walton, be it Darvin Ham, and now JJ, that third quarter, for some reason, they sleepwalk.
Hey, listen, when it comes to the game of basketball, whether it be the Lakers or not, regardless of who's coaching a basketball team, what I've come to learn in my short tenure as being a basketball savant is that the game of basketball is about runs. It's a game of runs. No matter how much you extend the lead, for some reason, no matter what, that lead always shrinks significantly when another team gets in rhythm and they have their run. Then at some point in the third, maybe the fourth quarter, then the game becomes a game where the games are somewhat even. Very seldom is it just a blowout. You get a lead, you extend a lead early in the game, and you just blow the game out the water the entirety of the game. For some reason, the opposing team always
the 3-point shot.
Back. Yeah, they always come back.
You see these teams. I mean, the Lakers got up 41. The Grizzlies got up 33. The Celtics shoot 40, 50s, almost 63 the night. So when you get in a situation and you got teams that can make 25, 29 threes, no lead is safe because you turn the ball, you miss a couple of shots, or you turn the ball over, and a team could easily go on their next 5 possessions, hit 4 threes and a 2, and a 20-point lead. All of a sudden, is a 7-point lead.
Quick.
Yeah, and it's just like that. So normally when teams, I mean, look, they've always been big comebacks, things of that nature. But it seems to me now, with the way these teams can shoot the basketball, that a 20-point lead in the first quarter. I mean, I saw just the other night, the Spurs had like a 20-something point lead in the first quarter on the Clippers. Right. And by the third quarter, the Clippers had done called them and had a 10-point lead and ended up winning the game. So, it's always been a game of runs. But now with that 3-point shot and teams' ability to have multiple guys on the court that can shoot and make that shot, there's really no lead that's really safe. Yeah. But I look, this is basically the same roster that they had last year. So for Darvin Ham for JJ Redick to get this kind of production, AD is playing off the chart. Statistically, he's playing his best ball of his career. LeBron is LeBron. LeBron is LeBron. Austin Reeves, now that he doesn't have to guard the best player, the best backcourt player. Right. He has some energy to give you something. Now, Cam Reddish is not the guy that's going to give you. He's a defensive guy. He's a wing defender. Now, and anything that he gives you offensively, you greatly accept. But you just want to make sure that you limit the backcourt guys. You don't let him get his average. If you can hold a guy from his average, give us some limited production. Cam Reddish has done his job. Now, D-Lo, you come in and you get your 15 points coming off the bench. I thought Dalton Knecht was unbelievable tonight. 5 of 5 from the 3, 7 of 8 from the free throw, from the field. He had 19 big points. He had the highest plus minus. He was plus 17. You can't complain about that. Right. Koloko gave you 4 points, gave you a couple of rebounds. D-Lo gave you 8 points. Gabe Vincent, for whatever reason, Gabe Vincent hadn't found his stroke. I remember when he was in Miami, damn near every time he shot the ball, it seemed like it was going in. Going in, yeah. And now all of a sudden he was 0-6 from the floor, 0-4 from the 3. Hey, got 13 minutes of cardio in. Hey, listen, them bright lights different now. I know Miami is Miami, but them bright lights different over there in Hollywood. Expectations are different. Oh yeah, most definitely. You're playing alongside LeBron. The ball is still way the same. The rim is still the depth perception is absolutely the same. Yeah, it's just a different level of expectations. And you're playing alongside a historically great player. And people, it does matter. You know who's feeding you the ball. You know what's expected. But the Lakers hold on to win the ball game, 128 to 123 to remain undefeated at home and move to 7-4 on the regular season. The Lakers have decided that Bronny James will play in the G League home games, but will not travel with the team during the road games. Bronny will be with the Lakers during road games. Brian Windhorst doesn't think that's a good idea. I'm going to apply the brakes on everything. It's fine on Bronny front and with the things that's now happening. He's only going to kind of be a part-time G League player, and he's not getting on the United Airlines and going to fly and go play at these road games now. I know he was getting so much special treatment and nepotism, and that's fine. Honestly, I don't care. Like I said, it's normal. Now I think it's actually detrimental to him. I don't know whose idea it was. Obviously, the Lakers are fine with it. They're doing it. On this particular instance, I think you've gone too far. I don't think it benefits Bronny. I don't think it benefits South Bay Lakers. I don't think it benefits LeBron at this point. I think it'd be better if Bronny played more developmental player by February or March by playing in the G League road games. Ocho, what you think?
I think whoever had the idea and using Bronny the way he is for his development, I think they would know a little bit more than whoever else has anything to say about it. They understand what Bronny needs to do to bring himself along, to be a contributor and to get better at his game so he can play, at the highest level. Everyone is going to have their opinion on the matter, but I think those that have been doing it for a long time that actually played the game or actually played. Listen, this is something LeBron has probably signed off on. This is something probably Bronny and other advisors that are in positions of power have thought was the best thing for him to do. To play in the home games, not to fly when the Lakers on the road, and that's how they saw it fit. I'm not sure why that would be an issue with anyone else.
Because how does he get better sitting on the bench at Laker games? He needs to play. You said,
but he's playing in the home games. He's playing in the South Bay home games, though.
You said players don't get better sitting on the bench. So how is Bronny getting better sitting on the bench based on what you said?
They just said he's playing in the South Bay Lakers home games.
But they play road games. So when when they go on the road, he gets nothing out of that. So he just go sit on the bench and watch the Lakers at home.
Hey, Unc, listen, that wasn't my decision. I'm just basing on what you said. He's playing in the home games.
You said players don't get better sitting on the bench, be it basketball or football.
Right.
I'm asking you now, how does Bronny get better when he's only playing part-time and the other half the time he's sitting on the bench?
Listen, you really can't do the comparison when you talk about football and basketball because he's still playing. When you get benched in football, you're not touching the field at all.
No. But you're practicing.
Right. But again, he's playing in the home games for the South Bay Lakers. He's not being benched.
So that's enough.
Hey, Unc, you would know better than me. I'm not a basketball player.
No, come on now. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that cop out on me talking about I would know better. Does a guy get better play? So let me ask you a question. So if a football player, he only played home games, but he didn't play on the road, he's getting better.
Come on. No, you can't know now. You can't compare them goddamn sports now. Come on now. Don't do me like that. Don't do me like that.
But if you get better by playing, I thought you get better by playing. We just had a conversation about Scottie Pippen Jr. Look at what he's doing. Mm-hmm. He was sitting on the bench. Look at him now when he's getting an opportunity to play versus him sitting on the bench coming in.
I like what you just said. But the key word you said about Scottie Pippen Jr. on the reason why he wasn't playing where he was because other people needed to handle the ball. So
what difference does it make? Why?
He had to be in a place where he could touch the ball and be a part of the team.
So what is Bronny? So what about Bronny? Doesn't he need to be a place to play?
Right. So you would want it to be somewhere else. So you have a problem with him?
I want him to play. I don't get the benefit of him playing part-time and the other time sitting on the bench. That makes no sense to me. You get better at doing something by doing something.
Right.
Not doing it part-time. Mm-hmm. What occupation allows you to do something part-time and you become great at it?
Man, that's a good question. That's a good question. But the fact that he is playing, the fact that he is very, very young, the fact that they think he's not come along far enough to where he can be a part of the active roster when the Lakers play and go on and play at home and play on the road games, allowing him to develop in this way that they see fit. Some might agree with it, some don't. The fact that he is playing, they're trying to bring him along slow. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, but look, I didn't have a whole lot of expectation. He's not a top 10 pick. But I just think him being the 55th pick in the draft, I just think that playing and getting and handling the ball and going up against competition and working on your craft. I don't know how you work on your craft part-time and become great at it. Now, I'm not saying that he can't, but I'm just saying I don't understand how.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand what you mean. I totally understand what you mean. I don't understand. I kind of get where they may be coming from on their end, but listen, folks had to sign off on this.
Oh yeah, we know they did. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean,
they had to sign off on this, and they don't want him playing full time. Why they don't? I don't know. I don't know what the blueprint. I don't know what the idea is behind it, but it's something that many obviously probably wouldn't agree with. This is something doesn't normally happen though, right, Unc? So it's either you play for the home team or you play for the G League consistently.
Well, a lot of times they put you on a two-way contract. That means you're down there and you're playing, you're playing, and sometimes they need you, they'll call you up.
Yeah, they call you, okay.
Right. But it's a situation you play the G League games, and if somebody gets nicked, they'll call you up.
You think
it's kind of like in baseball. I mean, I think it would be odd, like minor league game, baseball player. Okay, you play the home game, but when they travel, you don't play. You just come sit up on the bench in the majors. Nah, you need at bats. You need swings.
You think maybe? Listen, I could be reaching. Do you think maybe they're protecting him from something? In away games?
No, he just needs to play. I mean, you protect him. I mean, me personally, I don't think you're helping him by having him sit on the bench. I don't really know how much you could. I mean, look, I get it. But in that situation, I think in basketball, you definitely need to have the ball in your hands. You need to be doing things on the court. You need to be playing. I don't know the benefit of you, because it's not like it's not like football, Ocho, because we do practice during the course of the week. I mean, shoot around really ain't no practice. I mean, you shoot around, you go over a couple of plays, you watch some film. I think he needs to be an actual game-like situation in order for him to get better. But hey, we'll see how it plays over the next 2 to 3 years and see if this was the right way for him to develop.